Hello my friends and welcome back to the rabbit hole and welcome to my video covering the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty, week 3, the final week. Most of you probably know the deal with this video by now. We are going to be talking about every single item in Ulta's 21 Days of Beauty for the third and final week. There are timestamps by day, affiliate links in the description box below if you would like to help support this channel, and as usual, you all, as always, I just say you all instead of y'all. Odd verbal choice. Anyway, as always, we have a lot in the third and final week. As I've said pretty much every 21 Days of Beauty, it's like Ulta saves the best for last. It really feels like that to me. Does it feel that way to anyone else? Here's actually what we have for this week. The box is absolutely overflowing. We have a lot of good stuff. We have a lot of good stuff this week. I say we waste no time and get into it. And we are starting off with Sunday, September 11th. You know, for some reason I can always see that date on the calendar without feeling a certain kind of way, but it is every time I verbalize that day. Every time. And it always happens in every Ulta Fall 21 Days of Beauty. Anyway, first steal is the Urban Decay All-Nighter Long-Lasting Makeup Setting Spray. It is a classic. I actually got this through a kind of neat influencer campaign. Were any of you in that? It was an anti-bullying campaign. So yeah, they sent this out to all of us. Pretty neat. Anyway, as for the spray itself, it's something I've used for a long time. It's a great product. It works by, it kind of lays down a seal on your skin with some polymer type of ingredients, and that's how it works to lock in your makeup. It's good stuff, but I guess it smells like spit to some people, just so you know. That's what I've heard. We have the ABH Dip Brow, which I'm super surprised to see. Dip Brow also takes me back a bit to when I really tried hard to pretend that this was not what my default brow shape looks like, or thickness of my brows. Aw, I tried. It's almost cute to think back, but the pictures sure aren't. With Dip Brow, you can control it. You can wipe it on the back of your hand and work with a small amount, but to me, it is kind of surprising to see that in the 21 Days of Beauty because I sort of feel like it's a little dated. I feel like it's very 2016, 2017. The brush is good. The brush is good, I'll say that. I'm still personally a little uncomfortable with buying from ABH. That is just me. You can have your own opinion on it, but honestly, I still am, and I'm not gonna buy Dip Brow in 2022 anyway. But, you know, some people will be happy to see this, I'm sure. Let's move on to Lancome's bi-facil, which I have a lot of thoughts on. This is one of my favorite products, but we're also going to talk about a similar product later this week. So I want to make sure I explain this really well. Also, I just talked about a drugstore option in my Skincare Empties video. So what this product is it is a bi-phase eye makeup remover. By bi-phase, you can actually see two distinct layers in this product. You shake it up, apply it to a cotton round, and then use it only on your eye area. I was on Reddit the other day, I think SCA, and somebody was saying, I have figured out that if I wear any mascara, it damages my lashes. And I remember reading that and just thinking, that is absolutely not what mascara should be doing. If that is happening to you, you need a better makeup remover. Something like this. You should never have to scrub at your lashes to get your mascara off. And if you are scrubbing, you really, really need to try a product like this. How often do I say you need it? But if that is the problem, this is the solution. But there's several options on the market. bi-facil, in my opinion, is the absolute best out there. The best. This one is so effective for me that, you know how some eyeshadows stain your eye area? This actually takes the stain out. No other makeup remover ever that I've ever tried has done that. bi-facil does that for me. It also removes the most difficult to remove mascaras. But there's other gradients in terms of this effectiveness, and you know, there's gradients in terms of how hard it is to remove a specific mascara. So we're going to talk later about the Clinique Take the Day Off Liquid. I feel like that's just a step down, but it may be perfect for some people. You may not need to spend the extra money on bi-facil. And then there's the drugstore option that I talked about in my video, the Neutrogena option. bi-facil is the best. I try to conserve it. I use it only when I have a very difficult look I'm trying to remove, but it's so fast. It's so fast. You just put it on and then just gently wipe your eye makeup off. Then we have a product I haven't tried, the Persona Dream Stick Cream Bronzing Multi-Stick. I was looking at the reviews because I'm pretty tempted by this, $13. I've liked most Persona products, but I did see someone say that the light shade is a little orange. What do you all think? Have any of you tried it? Because I don't like orange bronzer, so it makes me hesitant. They said, that specific reviewer said, they like the e.l.f. version more, and I have and love the e.l.f. cream bronzer. It's a good product, so maybe I don't need to buy this. You all let me know in the comments. Moving on to Monday, September 12th, the Too Faced Hangover Pillow Balm Ultra Hydrating Lip Treatment. I had a request to talk about this, so I spent some time looking at the ingredients. I feel like this will probably be a very comfortable lip balm and a very occlusive, meaning that it feels like a thick layer on your lips product. And that's because the first ingredient is petrolatum. A very inexpensive ingredient, but also a great kind of sealant almost for your skin. That said, I do feel surprised that that's what Too Faced is using, because usually you see that ingredient, honestly, in chapstick, much more affordable products, but it works, you know, it works. And I think that's probably a lot of the hype behind this. Especially because what would be different is, given that this is a lip treatment, you're going to apply more of this product than you can ever apply with the chapstick, right? I think that could be the secret. Unfortunately, I haven't tried it, but I have heard. I have heard good things. Peter Thomas Roth Potent C Power Serum. I no longer have this, but I can tell you a little bit about it. Before I do, we need to talk about Uncle Pete. Uncle Pete, that intense uncle. Is this a universal experience to have a very intense uncle? I think it is. I can just never get past the way that Peter Thomas Roth describes products. Even when you're talking about the hyaluronic acid serum, which, you know, it's a hyaluronic acid serum. How intensely can you describe that? They still manage to find ways. What is it, a 75% hyaluronic acid complex? Something ridiculous like that. That is going on with this product as well. They say that it is 50 times stronger than other vitamin C serums. Where did that number come from? Seriously, what is the basis for that? Because what this is using is THD ascorbate, which we've talked a lot about this on this channel to maybe try to condense this. It's a vitamin C derivative, which means within your skin, the theory is it would convert into vitamin C. But you wouldn't actually necessarily get an upgrade in terms of the results unless you're using, or rather comparing it to, a vitamin C that has oxidized and is no longer as effective. So I see the argument from that perspective, but this 50 times stronger number just sounds so made up. Anyway, it is 20% THD ascorbate, which is a great vitamin C derivative. $105 at retail. Just no. Just no to that. At the sale price of $52.50, I think it could potentially be worth it. It is a fragrance-free product, which helps to reduce the risk of allergy. It does have some other brightening and anti-aging ingredients, turmeric, some ginseng in here. But I must be consistent with you all and tell you that, once again, if you are interested in this but you don't want to pay $52.50, keep in mind Ghost Democracy has a light bulb serum, which is 18% THD ascorbate. And that one is currently $36 for an ounce. I will tell you that one has a little bit of an oily consistency. I think the Peter Thomas Roth doesn't feel as oily. Now I have to go off memory on that one. But yeah, if you want to pay a little bit less, or if this just isn't a good time for you to be buying a vitamin C, but you might eventually want to, keep that one in mind. And also keep in mind that, you know, there's not just one vitamin C derivative, there's quite a few out there. There's also L-ascorbic acid, and I truly think the best thing for you to do is to take note of the type of vitamin C you're using, because I suspect that we are all going to gravitate towards a favorite. For me, it's L-ascorbic acid for the purpose of reducing any kind of marks on my skin, be it acne marks, scar marks, and it is sodium ascorbyl phosphate otherwise, which in studies has also reduced breakouts, so go figure. With my acne-prone skin, that's my personal favorite vitamin C derivative. Everyone's different though, so, you know, try products and take note of what they're doing for your skin based on the ingredients. I swear that's the best advice I can ever give you. And then we have what Ulta is calling conscious beauty. These are products that, you know, they'll tell you a little bit about how their day is going, how they're feeling. It's odd terminology, is it not? Anyway, we have the Sunday Riley Power Couple mini kit. Now, I've got to admit, I'm not the biggest Sunday Riley fan, but these are my two favorite products from Sunday Riley. This kit includes Good Genes as well as Luna. We are going to have another AHA product towards the end of this week, so I want to really quickly talk about Good Genes as a lactic acid product. Good Genes is only at, I believe, 5% lactic acid, and yet you all know I read my comments. You all know it. I don't have to tell you because I reply to them. So I've noticed how many people have said Good Genes has been the best exfoliating product I've ever used. And I think there's a reason for that. I think it's because Good Genes to me isn't just about the lactic acid. Controversial opinion incoming, I actually think they have a really good blend of essential oils. Wait! Essential oils are very, very tricky ingredients. You have to keep in mind that it's always odd to me that they're considered natural ingredients because you can't just, go out into nature and pick up some essential oils from the woods, right? You have to distill them out of plants. That's not a naturally occurring situation. They're a very, very condensed portion of a plant. Essential oils have a real bad rap right now because, first of all, they have a weird connection to MLMs, and secondly, because they are so condensed, if you have an allergy, it is going to be much more intense using an essential oil ingredient than it ever would be with an extract, just because of how much more condensed it is. But what I hypothesize is that with these being so condensed, there could be some amazing undiscovered potential in essential oils, or maybe Sunday Riley has discovered them and hasn't published it. As a researcher myself, I can tell you that there's a real problem in trying to observe the benefits of plants, and that is if any of these companies were to, put out money towards research, towards peer-reviewed, published research on essential oils, they're basically donating millions of dollars to any other company because you can't patent essential oils. It's honestly a huge problem in research. It really is. I could go off about this for days. Regardless, what I think is that there's some undiscovered or at least not fully explained potential within essential oils. It is a double-sided sword because it could also cause allergies, but it could also really work well for some people. And there could be a synergistic effect with the lactic acid and those essential oils. That's my suspicion. I really think there's a reason it works so well for people, and it's not just the magic of Sunday Riley, it's that they have a good formula. Does that make sense? I really hope that makes sense. Anyway, if you love Good Genes, you don't have to pay full price anymore. I have seen so many good deals on Sunday Riley lately. Have you all noticed? So many. We also have from Murad the Hydrodynamic Ultimate Moisture. I was so surprised to see this. I feel like this is such an older product. I'm surprised it's still around, but it is a nice moisturizer. It's great if you have a dry skin type, definitely feels heavier on your skin. We have a lot of items from Boscia on this day. Great day if you're a Boscia fan. I can share with you my experience with the Detoxifying Black Charcoal Cleanser and the Makeup Breakup Cool Cleansing Oil. So the cleansing oil, I actually loved this. I actually used to love this, which is really odd because typically I don't like that cooling sensation, but I think it might have been because it was one of the first cleansing oils I ever tried. I've definitely graduated from it. I don't see the need to buy this when there's products like the Beauty of Joseon cleansing oil, but I did like it. I did enjoy it. The Detoxifying Black Charcoal Cleanser is a very warming cleanser, which I also liked. Ultimately, you don't necessarily need or want your skincare to feel warming or cooling. It functions just fine feeling neutral. So I'll personally pass on those, but I know a lot of people do enjoy the Boscia brand. And then we also, again, have the Sand and Sky Pore Fining Clay Mask, which I suspect is for oily skin types, and a product from Wildcat, the Berry Adaptogen Eye Gel, will be $11. So inexpensive for an eye gel. I haven't tried it though. Comment if you have. Moving on to Tuesday, September 13th, finally rejoice if you are somebody who likes makeup. There has not been a lot of makeup in this sale, I feel. Anyway, we have the Tarte Amazonian Clay Blushes and Bronzers. I used to be a really big Tarte fan. Have we talked about that? Okay, so we're gonna also have the MAC blushes this week, so I want to explain the differences between these. Tarte's Amazonian Clay formula is a very, very firmly pressed blush. I think you are going to benefit this if you are in one of two groups of people, that being people who are newer to makeup. If you are a beginner, it is a lot harder to work with a very loose blush because it's going to deposit a lot of color onto your face. When a blush or any product is pressed really firmly, your brush isn't going to pick up as much, so you're going to have more control over the application, and yet you can dip your brush back in and keep building. That's what we call a buildable formula, and these are very buildable. Also, the second group of people would be people with a lighter skin tone, because, you know, this looks like a real intense blush, but because it's so firmly pressed in there, it doesn't put too much color on even my very light skin tone. It's kind of like the polar opposite to these blushes would be the Rare Beauty liquid blushes, right? They just deposit so much color. I remember so well when these were so popular. It had to be 2015, 2016 YouTube, so popular. They're still great products. I think what's happened though is I think a lot of us maybe grew up with YouTube, makeup YouTube, and we coincidentally got better with application over years and years of doing it. So I think that you may no longer need this type of a formula. And again, if you have a deeper skin tone, you might want something that is a bit looser in the pan to deposit more color. Smashbox, the original photo finish smooth and blur oil-free primer. I feel like I have another one of these somewhere, but I could only find a mini. This is your standard silicone primer. Nothing wrong with it. It works well to create a base on your skin. Silicones are wonderful for that. That is exactly what this formula is silicones. You can push it into your pores and kind of smooth them out and apply your foundation on top of that. The thing with primer is I feel like the more you have honed in on the perfect skincare routine, the better your skin is, and therefore the less you need primer. I used to be such a big primer person when my skin was really dry, when I had really bad acne, when I needed to figure out my skincare routine more. Now I don't really use it that often. Sometimes, but not every day. We have another skincare product, sorry, we'll get back to makeup. The Origins Ginseng Vitamin C and Niacinamide Eye Cream. I do actually like this. I think it's the best option for an eye cream in this sale personally. The reason I like this so much is you are getting now vitamin C and niacinamide. That's a new formula. This is the new formula. And you also get this kind of peachy color to it. That is a cosmetic effect, but it is going to immediately act as a color corrector. It is an eye cream that immediately brightens. I feel like there's been some resistance to that concept in the skincare world where, you know, you'll see people say, no, that's not possible. You can't apply a skincare product and see immediate results. But when a skincare product is adding basically makeup elements, of course you can. And you will get the long-term benefits of vitamin C and niacinamide. Honestly, I really do enjoy this, which is kind of surprising because generally I feel like Origins is a little too scented of a brand. I don't think they have fragrance in this product. I think it is just using some extracts. It has a lighter scent than most Origins products. Still a little bit of orange in there. Okay, that makes sense. It does have some orange peel extract, but I don't see the word fragrance. Yeah. As always, I prefer when companies disclose the fragrance ingredients. Okay, then we have, this is a recurring beauty steal, the Beauty Bakery Face Flour Baking Powder, but I finally tried it. I got a sample of it and finally tried it. I've actually been using this for 3 weeks now. Since the sale started, I pulled out my little mini of this and thought, I'm gonna give it a try. I've heard a lot of good things, but I kept looking at the ingredients going, it doesn't look like it's anything special in terms of the ingredients. I've got to admit, it's a nice powder. It's one of those where I didn't expect it, but it actually is beautiful. It's very finely milled. It really does leave your skin looking great. I've been using Oat Translucent, by the way, and I also must tell you, I can't believe that this tiny sample has been lasting me for 3 weeks. This has been a real reality check of how much powder a person with dry skin needs. So I don't know if I'm gonna go and buy another one in this sale, but yeah, it turns out that I understand why people were saying this is so nice. We have from Sasho, is that how to say it? The Facial Roller Stainless Steel. I have a whole bunch of rollers like this, so won't purchase this one, but I will tell you I do enjoy these. I think that there's some resistance to these as well, probably because I've seen, you know, booty gurus make bizarre claims with rollers that they can you know, lift your skin. No, how would it lift your, how? No, these are, for first of all, relaxation. I find them very cooling and enjoyable to roll across your skin. And secondly, they will help with lymphatic drainage. If you're not dealing with issues with that, then you're not going to see anything related to it. But yeah, they absolutely do help with that. And the only palette in this whole event, no, that's not true because the Morphe Steel ended up being palettes. But the only one they told us about, the Lorac Meraki palette. Did you know that Lorac is Carol backwards? It's painful, isn't it? Painful. I love this palette. I really, really love it. If you are interested in exploring the effect of shadows, if you want to get into contouring the eye area and just really understanding and playing around with light and shadow, this is such a great palette for that because of how clearly you see all of the mattes working from lightest to deepest, and then you have this range of shimmers. Lorac is great at shimmers. They're beautiful shimmers. I wore this last week, by the way. I like the formula, too. I didn't like the old Lorac formula. It was a little bit too loose. Like we were talking about with blushes, it was just a little too loose and hard to work with. They've made it a little bit more of a pressed formula, just a little bit. You still get a lot of pigment from it. Wednesday, September 14th, we have the Estee Lauder Day Wear Multi-Protection Antioxidant 24-Hour Moisture Cream Broad Spectrum SPF 15. Sorry, I haven't tried it. But we also have a steal that I know some of you have been waiting for. Oh, I know you've been waiting for this. We have 4 different options for MAC blushes. So where to start with these? Let's start with the regular, the original powder blush. I bought these in the pan form and bought them with the accompanying compact, if I can open it. So MAC, first of all, MAC has amazing options for color, which you see I've taken advantage of. I got an orange one, I got a purple one. I love having those kind of fun options in my collection. They're beautiful blushes. It is interesting though how much the undertone in your skin will impact how these look on you. Orange is gonna look very orange if you have warm undertones, whereas purple kind of goes pink. And then purple will actually look purple on you if you have cool undertones, while orange will look maybe not the best. Maybe not the best. I like orange blushes personally, but I do have a little bit of a warmer undertone. These are also a little bit more loose, so you will pick up a little bit more color in comparison to the Tarte options. But overall, they're still really easy to work with. Now, the incredibly popular Glow Play blushes, these are such an interesting formula. It feels almost like a blend of a powder and a cream. So you actually pick up more product with these, but I think they have a good amount of filler in these so that it never comes off too intense. So sorry, the one that I'm swatching for you right now is not one of the Ulta options. I don't think I have any of the ones that are on the Ulta site. But the Glow Play formula is absolutely beautiful. And then they also have the Mineralize formula as well as Extra Dimension. Comment if you have any MAC blush favorites. Saint Tropez Self Tan Express Kit in Bronzing Mousse. You all know I am just not the person to tell you anything about self-tan, but as always, feel free to share your thoughts if you are an avid self-tanner. And then we have the Kopari Ultra Restore Body Butter. I love this so much, but you've got to know something. First of all, this is a scented product. R is home. I'm gonna go ask her what this smells like so I can get a really good description for you all. Okay, I'm gonna try to explain everything she said. She said that it has a tropical smell with some jasmine, with some sandalwood. There's an undercurrent of shea butter or cocoa butter to it. And you also have to know that with this one, a little goes such a long way, which I think is why, in terms of comparing this to, say, Sol de Janeiro, I feel like it's not as intense of a smell, and yet it almost is in the container. It's that you use less of this than you would of the Sol de Janeiro. That is an incredible body cream, $16, incredible. Then we have the Klairs Supple Preparation Facial Toner as well as the unscented. I think I got this in PR. I can't remember from who, but I do think I got this in PR. I do like this. This is the unscented version. It's a thick toner. Can I convey this on camera? How to explain this one? Have you tried the Han Skin Essence? It's kind of like that, but actually a little bit thicker. It almost looks like I am shaking a sugar syrup by doing this. I don't know if it's picking up on camera, but it's very thick. And it has really nice ingredients. It has some brightening ingredients, some licorice in here, some calming ingredients, your panthenol, and then your humectant ingredients, beta-glucan, as well as the salt form of hyaluronic acid. So it comes together to be a very hydrating toner, but not just hydrating, also soothing and brightening. In all truth, I wouldn't say it's the best for soothing nor the best for brightening, but it is nice if you in particular have dry skin and you want something that's a little more than just a hydrating toner. And then 50% off the Lift Tinted Hue Glow. So this kind of looks like it's similar to the Versed drops. I forget what they call them, but there's a lighter one and a more bronzy one. These look like they're probably really nice. I don't use these types of products that often, which I think is why, you know how there's this huge fuss that's going on about the e.l.f. dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter. Y'all, I never fell in love with Flawless Filter. I just never fell in love with it, so I've just kind of been like, cool, there's a dupe. I won't buy it. I just don't use products like this too often. I know some people do though. I'm sure they're beautiful. I've seen a lot of you say you have this on your wish list, so please feel free to tell us more in the comments. Moving on to Thursday, September 15th. Okay, we are about to talk about a first-time steal, a skincare product that I'm actually a series of skincare products that I'm really excited to share. If you have been watching this series and you've been thinking, wow, 50% off a $105 serum, that is still way out of my budget, you might like this next selection. It Cosmetics has come out with $29 serums, which means in this sale, these are going to be $14.50. And they're actually really nice options. So I did get this one in PR. This is the Bye Bye Breakout. Listen to this. 2% salicylic acid, 3% lactic acid, and postbiotic ferment. They actually got it right. That is what it's called. And no added fragrance. Actually a short ingredients list. That's amazing. There are 3 other options on this day, and there's actually one that I'm not too excited about, but the Bye Bye Line's hyaluronic acid serum. This one looks nice. It has some peptide in it, 1.5% hyaluronic acid, no added fragrance. The peptide in that is snake, the one that is supposed to act similarly to a kind of topical Botox alternative. We have the Bye Bye Pores glycolic acid serum, which has 10% glycolic acid and a little bit of hyaluronic acid, also fragrance-free. For some reason, the niacinamide serum is not fragrance-free. It is also 4% niacinamide and 1% ethylated vitamin C, which is a little lower than the amount you would use for treating dark spots. So it's like that one's the one missed to me. The only one with fragrance and just kind of what's going on with this one. But the other 3 look great. And $14.50, that's really exciting. I'm happy to see that. It's almost like, this is almost like if It Cosmetics and The Ordinary had a baby. This is what it would be. Am I wrong though? Am I wrong? Then we have the PMD, which why on earth are they saying this is a first-time steal? We have talked about this so many times. This is the Personal Microderm Pro Microdermabrasion tool. What this is supposed to do is kind of have this blade run across your skin in almost a bit of a shaving type of way to just give some microderm abrasion. Get it? Abrasion? I've seen this pop up as an option in PR on Octoly, and I just didn't want it. So, sorry, I don't want to buy it. I don't want it for free, so I haven't tried it. Personally, I don't think you most likely need a tool like this. If you're interested in tools, I think there are so many better options. This is just my opinion, of course. I know some people do enjoy it, but to me, it just seems like, why? Then we have Dermablend Loose Setting Powder and Illuminating Banana Powder. I forgot to grab mine today, but we just talked about this in the Macy's sale as well. This one is always funny to me because the white version is 100% talc. But it works. A lot of people love it because it's very finely milled, and that's a lot of the secret in making a good face powder. The Buxom Powerful Plump Lip Balm and Scrub, have not tried these. I keep getting thrown off by seeing these small images. I kept thinking, oh, there's highlighters. It looks like highlighters, doesn't it? And then we have clear solutions. As somebody with acne, this could be a potentially very exciting day. So we do have quite a few options from Zitsticka. The Deep Zit Micro Dart Patch, the Surface Zit Hydrocolloid Patch, and the Hyperfade Dark Spot Micro Dart Patch. I have not tried the dark spot option from Zitsticka, but I have tried other brands, and I've always felt underwhelmed by the dark spot treatments. I just feel like dark spots are so much harder to treat than it turns out pimples. So treat the pimple. Treat the pimple with a hydrocolloid or a micro dart patch. Zitstickas are expensive in my opinion. I don't think you need to pay that much, but if you love the brand, this is a good day to get them. We also, I don't understand why this is, no wait, maybe I do understand why this is included. We also have the Kinship Self-Reflect Probiotic Moisturizing Sunscreen Zinc Oxide SPF 32. Okay, I gotta say, maybe Ulta actually did a really good job thinking about this day, because zinc oxide, there is some research to suggest that zinc oxide may actually be a good treatment for people dealing with acne. That's because zinc ingredients can be, hence zinc oxide, your standard sunscreen filter also maybe. And it is true, when I am having a bad breakout, I do tend to turn to mineral sunscreens, although partially that's because chemical sunscreens sting a little more when I've got, open wounds on my face. This is a particularly occlusive sunscreen. You definitely feel it on your skin, but again, I think if you have dry skin or if you have, a damaged moisture barrier, you might really, really enjoy this sunscreen. I do have a video showing the application of this one if you are interested. We have the Grown Alchemist Gentle Gel Facial Cleanser. Did you all just get this as a sample from Ulta on 10x Points Day? I realized I totally forgot to show you the goodies bag when I did my 10x Points haul. I totally forgot. Anyway, this was in it. I am very perplexed with this one. Why is this included for acne? It contains geranium, bergamot, rosebud. The catch with essential oils is that, as we talked about when we were talking about Sunday Riley, sometimes they work for people and sometimes they exacerbate acne. So it's odd. It definitely has an essential oil smell to it, but again, it's a wash-off product. So it may work for a wider audience, but I don't see why this is part of the acne list. Couple more products from Proactive and Urban Skin on this day if you are interested. And then moving on to Friday, September 16th, a surprise deal from Benefit. 50% off Clinique High Impact Mascara, as well as Take the Day Off Makeup Remover. So that's what I was talking about. That is the alternative to Lancome's bi-facil. This will be maybe $11.50 for the 4.2 ounce size. Anyway, this works well in my opinion. I will say though, I've never seen anyone say they had an issue with bi-facil. I have seen some people say that this one does not work for them. It stings their eyes. I don't notice too much of a difference, just that bi-facil works a little bit better. And also worth noting, the high impact mascara on this day, you do have the option to purchase the waterproof at 50% off. 50% off Cerevital, because what would this sale be if there wasn't Cerevital included? We wouldn't recognize it. It wouldn't be the 21 Days of Beauty. Anyway, I'm very tired of talking about this, but if it is a product that you appreciate and enjoy, feel free to get it at 50% off, and I swear, if you ever pay full price, I will be mad at you. Just know that. Just know that. All the times I've had to talk about it being 50% off, I will be mad. 50% off Lancome Advanced Genifique Radiance Boosting Serum and the eye cream. I personally cannot use Lancome's products because my skin reacts to something. I assume the fragrance. You all know how fragrance in particular products like the Lancome brand, these more expensive brands, it's not just there for products to smell nice, it's also there to prevent against counterfeit. Because it is really hard to replicate scents, and you know that smell from Lancome products. If you open a Lancome product you bought off eBay and it doesn't smell like Lancome, it's not Lancome. Anyway, just mentioning that. This is a serum that contains some bifida, so it's kind of like the Estee Lauder Advanced Night Repair, but again, it does have a stronger smell to it. Oh yeah, I forgot, it also has some alcohol in it. But again, the catch with alcohol is if it's formulated well into a formula, it might help with increasing the penetration of that product. Again, with bifida products, know that K-Beauty is on it. They are on it. I've tried the Eccentree dupe. What's the one? Misha. Misha has a Bifida dupe, I believe. And an app exclusive, the Clinique High Impact Lash Amplifying Serum. I looked up the ingredients of this. I was hoping, oh, maybe that's a Grande Lash dupe. But no, this one, this one looks a lot more like the Ordinary's lash serum. So maybe just stick with the Ordinary. Unless you absolutely love this, comment if you've used it. But it looks very similar in the ingredients to that, a prostaglandin analog-free lash serum. All right, our last day, Saturday, September 17th, a surprise steal from YSL. Okay, so this has to be a fragrance on this day. I just don't know which one. I kind of feel, my guess, are we taking guesses on these? My guess is going to be Libra. 50% off Kylie Cosmetics Matte Lip Kit. Ugh. Can we please stop supporting these people? Have you all seen the scandal with the private jet usage from the Kardashians? It was so frustrating. I was reading that the day after I had just spent all the time washing out all of my empties, separating out the plastic and the glass to read about how the Kardashian empire is just going to get on their private jet whenever they feel like it and burn tons of fossil fuel. Some of us are trying so hard and other people are just not. Can we please care more about the planet? Please. Too Faced Hangover Primers. I never loved Hangover. I never loved the primer. The mist is all right, but I never got into it. I think it's that it's one of those more moisturizing type of primers, and I think because I have dry skin and therefore I'm using heavier moisturizers, I think that's why it never clicked for me. It was kind of like, well, I already used moisturizer. I don't really need a second moisturizer. Finally, we can talk about the Peach and Lily products. Ugh. Okay, so the Wild Zoo Treatment Essence first. I talked about that in my dupes video. It is a great essence. I don't have it right now, but I'm pretty tempted to buy it. The only catch is that it does contain some essential oil. It contains specifically eucalyptus. Again, this might go really well on your skin, but it also might not. You just kind of have to know how essential oils work for you. And then we have the Power Cocktail Lactic Acid Serum. 10% lactic acid in here. I love this. I absolutely love this product. This is essential oil free. It is fragrance free. So I personally prefer this to Good Genes. I genuinely like it more, but that could be because I have a little bit more of a sensitive skin type. Removing those essential oils might just work better for me. I have a whole video on this. I absolutely love it. I really think it's one of Peach and Lily's best products they've ever made. I guess the only thing I would say is that keep in mind that lactic acid, being a larger molecule, it doesn't penetrate as deeply. So you kind of have to know, are you trying to resurface really deep within your skin or a little more on the surface? Because this is going to be more for on the surface. And then the very last item actually feels like a letdown to me. It is the REM Beauty eyeliners, which I have not heard good things. I've actually heard these are terrible. Let me know if any of you have tried it. I'm not too big on the celebrity brands anyway, so I'll probably pass, but comment if you've tried it. This is the end of the 21 days of beauty, but not the end of Ulta sales. Please keep in mind that we will have some amazing Ulta sales coming around December. We should have a drugstore sale coming next week or possibly the week after. I think that's what they did with the last 21 days of beauty, but we have more sales coming. Ulta never fully stops them. You all know, but that's it. Thank you all so much for watching. Make sure to give this video a like and subscribe if you did enjoy today's video. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend, and I will see you all next time.